We are today joined by Luke Binkow, not pronounced Binkow. Don't even think about it.
Don't even Binkow it.
Luke, you might know him from things such as social media, such as Instagram. We were familiarized with him through our friend Hyde, who you worked with him at CAA or something, right?
Yes, no, but yes.
Okay.
But we worked at Mosaic
I was close as hell.
Management.
Sure.
We interned.
And you guys would prank each other? Were you sort of the Jim and Pam of the office?
You know, those are two very different things. I would say we were more Jim and Pam, for sure.
You were more Jim and Pam than Jim and Pam?
Yeah.
Okay.
We found out we both liked stand-up. We'd go out and do open mics together, and we were like,
And
we're punk rock into it.
That's awesome. Who was more the Jim and who was more the Pam?
I would like to say I was probably more Jim, taller, more suave.
And then what makes him more the Pam?
He's just kind of Pam about it. You know, he's kind of Pammy. He was more nervous, quiet.
Oh, that's fair.
He was engaged at the time that
I
we
can
met.
see that, yeah.
Hyde was engaged?
Yeah, he was engaged, and then
Oh, right.
to a guy in a warehouse or something.
the Mosaic Management Warehouse.
What did they do in the warehouse?
At Mosaic,
Yeah.
mostly coverage.
It was more of a
Script
sweatshop.
coverage.
Yeah.
For context, Mosaic is a management company. And for context, a management company manages people.
Manage.
People.
Give it with
So
manage.
much hair on
That's
this
the
mic.
context.
Yeah.
So much hair on this mic.
I'm on this side.
Aiden,
I'm on this side.
Swap sides.
We've discussed, we're still sort of beta testing where it's best for the guest to sit.
We call our guests the beta.
The alphas were allowing
the
the
alphas.
betas to pick.
Yeah.
And Luke chose to sit on this side, which obviously as a viewer, you probably tuned in. You said, whoa, is the frame flipped today? No, it is not. In fact, Aiden's sitting on this side
Yep.
and Luke is sitting on this side. So if at any point in the episode, Aiden might think he's the guest, obviously that.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is
This
awesome.
is a perfect description for any audio listeners as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
to
on this
describe-
side now.
I guess
Whoa!
I could have used right and left, yeah, but I won't.
This side of the aisle.
What's that? Is that a reference to
Nice.
something?
It's
side of the
just
aisle.
kind
It's
of
like
general. It's a phrase. I
Yeah,
guess
it's
I
like
was
a-
just referencing a phrase that exists.
I think it's like a politics kind of a
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
Like, what
Yeah.
side of the aisle are you on?
Like,
Yeah.
what team are you on?
Sorta.
Okay, so
you're really trying to like turn
Democrat
it
side,
into
Republican side. Is that what we're?
No, I like to consider myself just kind of an extremist on all fronts. It's kind of just whatever is like the most extreme option.
you take
So-
like the different aspects of each party that are extreme.
Yeah,
build
yeah.
your own thing.
And will you do this with even like the if there's like someone that's like a relatively neutral party? How do you
Extremely
do that?
neutrals. I think that's a stance as well.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
extremely neutral.
Switzerland-esque.
Oh, so like you're fully out of everything. Your stance
You're
is that you
so
shouldn't even.
neutral that people in history will look back and go, maybe jump in at a certain point.
Okay, yeah, you refuse to tamper. That's like the thing that those like the people that film nature documentaries, they can't interfere with like.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
the same thing. Yeah.
That's you.
They're like, yeah, and then the elephant starved to death. Anyway, on to fish.
He was in a zoo.
Damn. Yeah,
I couldn't do
I
anything.
can't interfere, unfortunately, but
Yeah, and the
if you were-
zookeeper had a heart attack, but I couldn't do
Yeah, yeah.
anything.
it would just ruin the integrity. I would be watching this stoned, watching the nature show on HBO and be like, oh, what the f***? They interfered. This really ruined it for me.
They interfered. That was such a beautiful shot, and they interfered.
Yeah, does that apply to crew?
What? I think it is. It only applies to the crew.
No, I mean the crew can't.
Like if something happens to the crew.
Oh, they can't interfere. Yeah, it'd be. It is funny. We were talking about The Office. It is funny to consider that it's probably a similar thing in The Office as well, where if someone was like dying or something terrible happened, they probably couldn't interfere, like a nature
Oh,
documentary.
I didn't realize that The
Right.
Office was a documentary.
Oh, you just put it together?
Oh, that's interesting. That's crazy. Wow, what a group they got. They got lucky with that, right?
Wait,
that
so
they
do
happened
you
to be
think that
interesting.
they like would go off? All the characters would go off into this room and just talk to themselves.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was a nonfiction.
You thought they were talking to you?
Yeah, I would respond to the TV.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's letting me know how you're feeling.
thought it was interactive. I didn't realize that. Yeah, Luke, also is the doorman for, can I say the store? Do I have to call it the Comedy Store, or can I say the store?
You could say the store, but a lot of people don't know even what the Comedy Store is. So sometimes
the
people
doorman
go,
at, like,
"Oh, you're the door
Walmart."
guy at the store." People are like,
Sounds like you
"Okay."
sell drugs or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
or
you
just
work
like
at
I
Walmart.
bag groceries at Ralph's.
Right.
The store. Yeah, that's like
We met at the store, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
me and him met at the place. So as a doorman, I imagine you probably have to stop a lot of fights.
Sorta. Not, you know.
Do you card people and you say like, do you get a lot of fakes? Is that a
Okay, well, we used to, before I worked there, we would card people. But now I think we're not allowed to card people because we have security now. There was an era where there was no security, so the door guys
what are you
were the
doing
security.
then?
you're more of a
You, like,
formality?
Yeah, you sort of like check tickets. You're like a customer service person, like showing people where to go and like seating people, and like you're kind of like the face of.
How close to the bouncer are you physically in proximity?
Like, in proximity, it depends where they're headed to, but I guess the bouncer could stand next to me if there was something going on.
And that's totally allowed?
Yeah, they're allowed to stand next to you,
Okay.
I think, for the most part.
Okay.
What's the like size difference?
Massive size difference. massive. Like,
You're much bigger?
If we have to like kick someone out, like I'll be the first line of like, hey, like you gotta stop or you're gonna get kicked out. And then usually someone will be like, yeah, I don't think so. And then I'm like, security. And then they bring in they like actually wheel in a guy, Hannibal Lecter style.
So it goes sort of movie
biggest dude
style where
ever.
where they bring in you and you're like, excuse me,
Yeah.
actually, and then they said,
Don't do that.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah.
and then they bring in like a 7-foot tall guy.
Yeah, he ducks his head underneath the door frame and climbs in, and then
The
they're
ground
like,
kind of shakes as he comes out.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can hear him before you see him.
Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome to see. I feel like security, a job interview is the only type of interview where you could immediately know based on the clientele waiting to be interviewed what is going on. Office job, it's like, these guys could be for anything. Security, it's a very clear body type that they're looking for.
So you're saying if you're just walking through a hallway and you happen to walk past a bunch of dudes sitting in chairs,
You're going, yep, security interview.
that's a security
Yep.
interview, I assume.
What happens in a security job interview?
They say, remove me from this room.
I think if I had to guess what a security job interview would be like, how violent are you? And you're kind of shooting for someone who's like a 6 or a 7.
So you ask them, how violent are you?
how violent on a scale of 1 to 10? And if you get someone who's like a 9 or a 10, that's gonna be a no. But you also don't want like a 1 or a 2.
Right. You want somewhere in the sweet spot. But I also feel like a violent person is not going to come out and be like, I'm super violent.
Well, okay, so what makes you say that? You think that most violent people are the sweet, silent type that only let it out in honorable moments?
I feel like it's a lot of people that aren't self-aware about being violent. Like, they wouldn't consider themselves violent unless pressed upon.
Yeah, if you were like, how violent are you? And then they were like, well, it depends. What did you just do to me? Then you're like, okay,
Yeah.
that guy's probably a 10.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also just don't want someone that's like, if you're like, how violent are you? They're like, oh, I'm violent.
Oh, I'm violent.
I'm violent.
Do not call my last
It does not
employer.
depend on the situation. I am violent.
Yeah, I had to leave my job at the aquarium.
I was bouncing at the last job, but it wasn't my description.
Yeah.
I was just doing it.
Okay, so you went to film school. Did you really?
First of all, good question. I get it all the time.
Yeah. Did you actually go to film school, or are you lying? to
Yes,
me?
I did really.
Okay. I don't want to know where.
That's
don't
all good.
wanna- Okay.
I won't tell you.
Good.
What did you learn from it? And did you hate the people there? Or did you like the people there?
Film school is kind of unique. I feel like it's one of the only places where some people there you like and some you don't like. And that's why it's really a special place to be.
So that's
Wait,
why
why
you
is
picked
that
it.
one of the only places where you like some people and don't like? Isn't that the world?
I don't know. I feel like the world, you kind of love everyone, but there's something
That's
very
so sweet.
special about film school where you go, some people there, I like them. Some people you're like, we're not really same type of person.
How violent were you?
Probably about a 9.
And
Okay.
Not
was
too
that when
much.
you got there or when you left?
I got there probably at about like a 2 and then left at
So
a 9.
was it a linear progression of every year you were getting better, or was it some years you were a 9, some years you were back down to a 2?
It was more, I would say, exponential.
okay,
Like just
Understood.
getting more violent as the days go on.
exponential. So that means the first couple of years you didn't really improve all that much in violence. Probably junior, in the really senior year, most
Yes.
when you were really hitting
Yeah.
your stride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hot Shot, we got about an hour left. Make a movie. Okay, Hot Shot.
We could make a movie.
All right. What about what?
It felt oddly sexual for some reason. We can make a movie. Yeah, dude, you guys want to be famous?
Is that your line that you approach people with?
Yeah. Hey, do you want to make a movie?
And then you can back out of it if they're creeped out. You can be like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
I went to film school," and then you flash your student ID that you still keep on.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. I actually do have my student ID on me.
Really?
Yeah, it's a pretty smart move because sometimes if you go to like the movies or the store,
They'll say you're not a film student.
no, you just go. I'm a student. And I
Oh.
want to get the student discount.
How much is that saving you on a day-to-day basis?
I don't even know if I could calculate it.
I want you to.
Yeah, calculate it right now.
Let's say, okay, let's walk through a normal day in the life of Luke.
Okay.
So you wake up. What time you wake up?
Probably about 6 p.m.
Okay.
When you wake up, first thing you're thinking, or first emotion that you have, I should say.
I can't believe this is happening again.
And it shows how you get out of bed when you wake up. What does it look like?
Well, I usually just I'm on my phone for about 2 hours before I get out of bed.
Calls.
making
Yeah,
calls.
I run about a couple calls, check my email.
Yep.
I read every email I get, even if it's spam. I like to know what kind of
Respond
deals
to
are
every
going
one
on.
of them too.
Respond to every single one. I go, do you have a student discount?
Yep.
Forward those to the Comedy Store.
Yeah, 4 of those are the Comedy Store saying, you don't work here, please stop coming here. And I go, thank you for the message. See
And
you
then-
tomorrow.
Security.
You say they're responding. That's a good sign.
Yes.
Before they weren't responding.
Yeah.
So then we're at about 8 p.m. now.
Yeah.
So you then what?
Eat breakfast.
Okay.
Honestly, if you want the genuine answer about my day, I will say I do wake up at about noon. We'll sit on my phone for 2 hours and then look up breakfast places and be legit, and this will happen every day, be so pissed that they all close at 3. What fucking breakfast place closes at 3?
Yeah, there's a workaround.
Who's even making it to that? What's going on?
Are you going to breakfast every single day?
No, but if I'm gonna go check, I feel like I like a breakfast burrito. I'm a big
Yeah.
breakfast burrito hound. And I'm
Fascinating food to choose to be your takeout food of the day.
oh yeah.
I think you're an anomaly in that regard by far.
Really?
I think most people are getting lunch. Most people are getting lunch. Dinner, maybe. Breakfast, that's crazy.
No, see, I'm the complete opposite. I'm definitely a pick up a breakfast, eat that, and then
Wow. Most important meal of the day?
people say it's the most important meal. I would disagree. It doesn't feel very important when
Yeah.
you're in it, but it definitely feels like the most extravagant.
That's one of those ones where you look back and you go, "Oh yeah."
That's true. Because
No,
dinner.
that's lunch for me. Lunch was that
Oh.
made my whole day.
Oh, interesting. That for me, that's dinner. Dinner's this is what my day is centered around.
But
This
if
is
you have a
important.
lunch, if you have a good enough lunch, dinner's whatever, bro. I just crush lunch so hard that I barely even need dinner.
fair enough.
You
Yeah,
know
you'll have
what?
a little snack.
Yeah.
I think you would really like an upside down dinner. Are you familiar with this?
Is it breakfast for dinner?
It's gonna be breakfast for dinner, and I think it would be right down the middle, right down your alley.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if it was breakfast or dinner or if it's just all the food you put it upside down.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there were
Yeah.
multiple iterations. People did not respond to that
Yeah.
initially because it would arrive on your table upside down. Then you got to eat it off the table, which is covered by
Dinner
Yeah.
did a collab with Stranger Things.
What? Oh, I got it now.
Got it, the
Took
upside
me a
down.
second.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I don't even mean the plate is on top. I just mean someone hands you a steak and you're this looks upside down.
And then
Oh, so
you
you're a
go,
little
wrong side of
skeptical
the
of it?
steak there.
It's like
something seems a little bit off.
yeah.
I'm a detective.
I'm gonna send this back.
The upside down dinner, that's an indication of things are fun. You're having a great time. Upside down breakfast, that's probably things could be better.
Would
I
not want
say.
an upside down steak for breakfast.
Yeah, that-
People do upside down breakfast, I think though.
Who?
I feel like there's a big era now of you got to eat steak right when you get up and an avocado.
That's that's like English people. They eat beans and bacon and toast and tomatoes.
That's definitely true. Bangers and mash.
yeah. Yeah, they're just all over the
Did
place.
you like it? Did you like that food when you were there? You can be honest.
I'll say it was not as horrific as I was expecting it to be, but I did not enjoy it. It was not a positive.
Isn't a part of their breakfast like a tomato
Yes.
slice?
A slice of tomato.
Those are ingredients.
With beans.
They just put ingredients on a plate.
Yeah.
They didn't bother to create a dish.
Yeah, it's a plate with 5 separate sections
that don't complement each other. Yeah.
No, yeah.
That was like you had 5 minutes to go to the grocery store.
the store.
Different one.
Different store. Yeah. There's no comedy in this one.
Yes. Well, there's comedy in everything.
Oh, true. Have you ever had to, obviously, as a door person, I'm sure you're kicking people out a lot and saying no, you're not welcome. You're not allowed to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever presented you a ticket and they said, I don't want to go in. And you said, no, you have to come in. And then you get security to force them to come in.
It's funny. I feel like that actually has happened more often than you would think. Not like that they're forced to come in, but people will be like, they don't want to sit in the front row. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, you have to sit here. And they're like, I don't want to. I'm going to leave. I'm like, you cannot leave. You must sit here.
Wow. Is there a big red X painted on the seat, and there's like something clearly like a paint bucket jerry rigged?
Yeah. No, but so that does happen where I do like will force people to be like, you're fine, just stay there. Or people will like want a ticket to come in to see a show, and then they'll be like, actually, never mind, I don't think I want to. And I'm like, no, you should get a ticket. You should come in.
Is that your pitch? That's your sales pitch?
I'm like, you definitely should.
Can you walk us? So Aiden and I approach your stand, and we're on the fence about going to a comedy show. You're going to talk us into going to the show, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God, honey, look. All these. Look at all these selections.
I don't know.
Mark Maron is shirtless. He's doing a Bert Kreischer impression. We need to see this. Yeah.
Okay, we can talk to the guy.
Okay.
Hey guys, how's it going? Are you
we're not
here
gonna
for a show?
No, we're not. We're leaving.
Okay, it's $35.
Oh, honey, it's $35. You know that I like to spend $35.
You love $35.
I love spending $35.
Wait, yeah.
Honey.
Ladies love spending $35. That's true.
Why did you point to him and say ladies?
Oh, sorry. I just assumed it was a heterosexual couple.
Homophobic.
Well, mostly because you're in a pink shirt.
We're brothers.
Girls like pink. You're brothers.
We're brothers.
Even in this scenario, you're brothers.
What does that mean?
Oh,
man?
sorry. We're still in it.
Both of our names are Honey.
Oh, his name is Honey.
Yeah, his name is Honey. I don't know why he said both of our names are Honey.
Gotcha.
Okay, so yeah, I want to spend $35. He doesn't want to come in.
Okay, well then you should come in. You should join.
Look
brother.
at you, tiny man, tiny insignificant man. You think you could get us in here? You're so
security.
small.
We need security to force these guys.
That's the biggest man I've ever seen.
Yes.
And then we look up. I don't see any security. We look over, and then there's a guy stepping over the comedy store.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
you gotta go.
He picks you up like this,
and then he drops us, over the roof of the store into our seats.
It's just a gate. It's a fully outdoor venue.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, he takes the roof off the venue.
Yes.
And then he drops us into our seats.
Yes.
And then just like that, we spent $35. And then we look around. It's a bunch of other disgruntled people who just fell 30 feet into their seats, all sweating.
And they're like, oh, now that we're here, I guess we'll get a drink and have a good night. And the server comes over and you go, could I get a Diet Coke, please? And they go, yeah, that's going to be $35.
And I go,
what? I don't want to drink.
I'm not paying $35.
I love $35.
No. And then the giant takes the roof off again and takes my wallet out and
he takes your wallet. That's how it usually goes at a restaurant. Yeah. Here's the bill. Give me your wallet.
Yeah.
And then I sometimes you'll open, right?
Yep.
So, will you ever talk someone into going to the show? You're like, it's a great lineup, and then you're the first person on stage.
All the time. I do it all the time, and it has never gotten like a positive response. Sure. I'll also, even if I'm not like seating that specific room, I'll sometimes go early and stand by the line and go, guys, this show is going to be really good. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, this lineup is crazy. The first guy's crazy good. And then I'll come out and it's me, and for some reason in my mind, I expect to come out and I hear murmurs of like, oh my God, like it's the guy from before. But I think that I show my hand too early, and they probably all know that's what's about to happen.
Yeah, you built up their expectations a lot. Isn't that like the thing you're not supposed to do?
Yeah, and I think it's like probably disappointing for them. Like, like I actually thought he was serious. It was going to be great.
Yeah. So as an opener, you then have to bring on the next comic who's like usually the first comic build on the show, right? So can you walk us through? So Aiden and I are we're a comic duo coming on stage, and we are we're really bad.
Okay.
We're really bad. But you still have to hype us up.
Well, before I would bring anyone on, I usually go, hey, I'm the guy. Hey, I'm Luke. I'm Luke. Nice to meet you guys.
Hi. How you doing?
Good to meet you. I'm opening the show. I'm gonna be bringing you guys up. So do you have any credits or anything you want me to say, like when I bring you up? Or
yeah, we both worked in development for 20 years at Fox.
Okay, and you want me to say that to the whole crowd?
Yeah.
Okay,
sweetheart,
cool.
tell him about your other thing.
Oh,
honey,
yes.
dear.
I've been working in construction for 30 years before that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
We're
gotcha.
You're 70 years old.
Gotcha. So,
So construction and then 20 years development.
okay, cool.
I jump between the 2.
Mm-hmm. He
Okay,
thought
awesome.
development meant like building things.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
built the Fox lot.
Gotcha. And then for the pronunciation of your name, it's Miko?
No.
The Miko, is it brothers?
Yes. You
Brothers is
pronouncing
right.
you were pronouncing brothers. You need to know the brother
Gotcha.
pronunciation.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what is the correct pronunciation then?
Yeah, brothers. Yeah.
Brothers?
right, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
good. I'll just say the brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't say
And
our
also,
last
I-
name. Don't
I-
tell them our name.
We really don't want people knowing our name. We
Don't.
like to try to be anonymous when we do this.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, that like many comedians.
Can we turn the lights fully off?
fully off?
Yeah.
And
And also turn our mics
I don't
off
like
as
to be able
well.
to see the crowd, and I also don't like to be
Can
able
we
to see
stay
myself.
backstage for it?
No.
We're really
and-
shy too.
You
I'm
just
not
go
the
up and do
lighting
our
guy.
set for us. You said you're doing a set. Why don't you just go ahead and do the whole thing? Do our set. Too.
I wish I could, but
Okay,
unfortunately they
great.
won't let me.
They're calling you now, so you got to
Alright,
go
okay.
and
Head out
introduce
there.
us.
And then, hey guys, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's my time.
What? He did 10
some
seconds
people-
up there. What?
Some people say I have been. So, I've been Luke Binkow. Some people say that. These next guys, they're so funny. I'm so glad they're here. They've worked in development for 20 years at Fox.
That's true.
And one of them spent actually 30 years working in construction.
That's right.
Please start clapping right now. Give it up for
we
the
clap or them?
brothers.
He said our name.
And then all the lights turn off and the mic turns off.
No, and then he pantsed us on stage.
Yes.
Great.
Oh.
So when you
can't see.
does the comedian that comes on after you usually have to say like something about like give it up for Luke?
Yeah.
Do they ever forget?
Yeah, I mean, like, even if they did forget, I don't think it would matter.
Is
It's
there
all a kind of a selfish endeavor because you're just trying to get the audience like clap.
Going,
and be
yeah.
like, "Ah."
Give it up more for Luke.
Yeah, really.
Really
You want
give it
them
up
to
for-
keep clapping, so it's
Now
like
laugh for Luke.
Spend like the first minute giving it up for the opener.
I've done that. I've been like, give it up for the sound guy, give it up for those people, give it up for yourselves, give it up for the war.
The war.
Oh.
For the concept of war.
Now,
Yeah.
see, now that you've been opening for people, obviously you do stand up as well. So now, do you know what you're looking for in someone to open for you?
Yeah, just probably smoking hot.
Physical attributes.
Yeah, physical, mostly physical stuff. Just give my audience something to look at.
Yeah,
Right,
some eye candy. Yeah,
Yeah,
Are you gonna
know.
put them on one of those spinning, what's it, like a dais,
Like the Hamilton.
I don't know, like just
Thing?
it rotates like a spinning thing.
Yeah, something like that, the Hamilton thing or whatever it
Hamilton
is.
thing?
I don't
Hamilton
know.
thing. Well, have either of you seen Hamilton?
I have, but I
I
don't
have
remember
not.
them spinning around on like a lazy
What? The
Susan.
whole show. The stage is like spinning around.
Oh, right,
Yeah?
right. That's true.
Okay, so that's what got you
the
to
shows.
remember.
The stage spins for the whole show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole show. They're like spinning. in a
Oh,
circle.
and then like the challenge is like if the actors get too dizzy before the end of the show.
yeah, they get certain amount of points for where they
So
landed.
it's
the
more of
circle.
like a game show
Yeah.
format. Oh no!
I heard it
get
was to make the audience dizzy because it puts you in the mindset of that time. Because during that time, a lot of people were dizzy.
They were often sick.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because I also heard they tried that with the audience where they would spin the individual chairs, and then they went, guys, for like half the show they're not even facing the stage.
Yeah.
They shot it in the studio where they shoot The Voice.
Right.
And they only had
So it's
4
all
audience
chairs.
members at a time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why it was so expensive for a while.
Exactly. Right.
And I heard they had some issues because also people's knees were clacking together and banging together, and it was just
Oh, because they would have they didn't coordinate it. They would
Yeah,
have some
so
of the seats turned towards
random.
each
Right,
other.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I-
And they had them really close together.
yeah, a little too close.
Yeah.
that's one of the worst aspects of production in 2025.
Having to work on that.
Oh, that would
Hamilton
be
spinning
really
chairs.
funny
Yeah.
if they showed the audience in The Voice and every single audience member had a chair that turned if they liked the
Yeah.
singer.
The audience members actually have a chair where you're strapped in like a roller coaster and it goes upside down. It
Oh,
goes
it
goes upside
rotates
down.
backwards.
If you like it, yeah.
yeah.
Or yeah, if they're bombing, like it like flips the audience and like the blood rushes to
So
their
then,
head.
the audience then gets angry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it makes them mad. Then people pass out and stuff.
This is good. The head.
I wonder what it is like when the chairs are faced towards the audience during The Voice. Do you think
They're
people
like,
are like, this guy?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? This is my moment. Oh my god.
Yeah, because for most of the not most of the show, the beginning of the show, they're just
They're facing the
crowd.
They're
audience
super close.
awkwardly.
It's like the crowd
Yeah.
is sitting really,
and if
really
it's
close.
bad, they're probably just like making eye contact with everyone. Like,
yeah.
this
And
guy.
Here's a childhood thing that might be universally applicable. Do you remember those old Nickelodeon commercials where it was Nick Cannon who was like, "I'm the head of Nick and I own Nick and I run it.
No.
I'm Nick Cannon and I
I
own
don't
Nick."
remember.
Wow.
You haven't seen that?
No, but I like the logic of that because I can totally
His
see
name.
his name is
Yeah.
Nick.
Yes.
He runs Nickelodeon.
But I remember being like, that was like my first, like very early memories of being like really frustrated and I think it was my first seed of not believing media.
Oh, wow.
And being like, there's no way that this guy owns and runs Nick, even though that's verbatim like what he's saying.
That's very media literate of you at a young age.
I
feel
said,
like
I
would've
don't
seen
believe what
that.
they're showing me. They're feeding me slop.
Did you tell your friends about it? And they said, no, man, he's in charge of Nick. And you go, I don't know. I'm not buying this.
No, I didn't trust. I didn't trust any
your
of my
friends
friends. I
either.
kept that to myself because I knew that they'd probably steer me in the wrong direction.
Okay, so it sounds now that the more context we gather, it feels like maybe you were super paranoid as a kid. Did you trust your parents?
I trusted them enough, depending on what it was.
Okay, got it.
Santa, full trust.
Because there were people in their ear.
Yeah.
You know, the people were paying them off, that
Yes.
sort of thing. It's time for segment time. We're going to start with, what is it called? Remember That?
Remember That?
this? Remember That? Stuff from childhood. Can't remember. Okay. Did you ever play the game World Cup? The soccer
Oh, yeah,
game?
yeah. Like in real life.
Yeah, in real life. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Am I not supposed to answer this?
Yeah, I played it in
Is
real
it
life.
just
I
for
played
the
it
guest?
a lot.
Wait, you played the game like...
In real life, World Cup, the thing you just asked me, the answer is yes. I played
Why
it
are
a lot.
you having so much trouble with
Why
it?
am I'm explaining
You're
it to you?
skeptical of everything. There's that skepticism coming out.
Hey, did you play World Cup, the game? Yeah, I played it a lot. Wait, what?
I thought you meant I thought you guys were, okay. The game World Cup was like when it would be like on 2-person teams, and if you score, you get into the next round.
Yeah, but soccer.
Excuse me, it's World Cup. It's a variation of
Football.
the very popular soccer game.
What type of ball is it?
It would be a soccer ball.
Got it.
That doesn't mean you could play if I'm playing basketball with a soccer ball, I'm still playing basketball just with a soccer ball.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
So-
wow. You just got you.
I
That's
just
true.
got him. Just got his ass.
Got it.
We got to get a sticker that
Oh, how about-
slaps on the screen and does that whenever I
that's good.
get someone's ass.
I would love like bringing a different sports ball to the basketball court because it's easier to dunk with.
Yeah, tennis ball.
Tennis
Dude, come
ball.
on, let's just play.
Can you dunk a
Yeah.
tennis ball?
No.
Oh, how close?
I would say not close.
Okay.
It'd be my official description.
You touching net?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
But that was a great game. That was, I think, one of the staples of. We went to day camp, and that was like the best. That was the thing I would look forward to every day. That was how I learned most of my countries, I think.
That was a big when kids had a deep pull on a country. I remember Djibouti was big.
Oh my
that's
God.
universal.
Yeah,
That's
Dude,
right.
crazy.
that was like whoa.
Yeah, Fiji. I
Where
feel like people
Fiji was huge.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody ever wanted to pick like Portugal.
No, Portugal I feel like was pretty popular.
Oh,
Someone would be
okay.
like, "We're Portugal," and you'd be like, "Oh, dude, what?"
No,
And
wait,
like,
aren't you
we're-
good?
And we're
Yeah.
Spain. You're like, you're taking them all." And then some kid would be like, "Okay, we're Djibouti," and then everyone would be like, "This kid is the president of the
Yeah. That's a good point.
This is the smartest
Yeah.
kid that's ever lived."
Brazil was huge.
Brazil was huge. How did he even like? Who told this kid about Djibouti?
Yeah.
There must have been one kid looking on a map doing research because they're like,
Yeah,
I got to be the. This is gonna get a huge laugh.
it also could have been just like ancestral knowledge. That's
It
like
seems like that's the case because I don't imagine anyone that I know was the first one to do
Yeah,
it.
was
I think
this
it's
friend
passed
of
down.
Djibouti descent?
yeah. Oh, he could have been.
Yeah, he didn't
Djiboutian.
think it was funny.
Yeah.
He was like,
He was
why are
doing
you
it
what?
to honor-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a real place?
Djibouti?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. It's,
like
not just a
DJ.
World Cup
Yeah.
club.
I
Yeah.
thought all those countries were made up for World Cup.
All of them.
Yeah. Portugal. They should make that a real place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my earliest memory of getting a big laugh and being like, "Oh, I think I'm a funny person," is somebody was Kenya, and they kicked the ball and they like shanked it and it went way past the net, like into the woods, and they were like, "Kenya," and everyone was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Kenya, go get the ball."
Nice.
And
Crushed.
it just
You should
the
have.
next 10 minutes, the
slaughtered.
game stopped.
Yeah, you should have written for like 90s primetime sitcoms.
Yes,
back
yes,
in the day.
right.
Like,
That would have been great. Yeah.
Do you remember when you? Maybe you don't remember this, but I feel like did you try and play it off like you weren't laughing about it? You were just.
I
kinda
don't
like,
think
yeah,
I
what's
was
up?
nonchalant. I think I probably stood up and like bowed. I was, I
yeah,
was
yeah.
probably
you kept
not.
repeating it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I said.
Did you hear what I said to him? I said, "Can you go get the ball?"
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember in the World Cup also. That's like an early feeling of like immense panic. Like when it gets down to like the last two
Yeah.
people, and you're like, actually freaking out.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, and you have to work with a partner too, so it's not all on you. So you start taking it out on them. There's
It was
Yeah.
genuine stress because
Yeah.
it meant you were gonna have to sit out for an hour.
yes,
Like,
and then
sure.
it's your first taste of like you lose and that's over.
That's
Yeah.
how I feel with Knockout too, the basketball game.
Oh my god, yeah,
Or sorry, the game that you play with a basketball.
yeah.
Thank you. I agree. Yeah, Knockout was a horribly stressful game, and then into adult life, I feel that way now with Rage Cage.
Rage Cage?
That's such a good
what's Rage
comp.
Cage?
Rage Cage is adult knockout, where you're like bouncing the ball into the cup.
It's also just such a
The like drinking game.
yeah, and you like
Yeah.
stack the cups, and there's like all the ones in the middle, and it's just the bouncing the ball into the cup is a skill that I just like don't have in my repertoire, and I feel like it's not an applicable skill anywhere else in life.
Also, like people like when you're stuck in the cage, you know, and stuff keeps coming back on you. That feels like when people keep bouncing your ball away and knockout.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
no!
yeah.
You just want to quit, but no one will let you quit.
You
Yeah.
can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. I hate that game. I genuinely hate that game. Like when that game comes out, do either of you enjoy playing that game?
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would say I enjoy it too. I think you're just
Okay.
bad at it.
Like the sense of dread is real. Like all jokes aside, I'm like when that game
What's
starts
interesting
being played,
with
I'm like,
Knockout
this
is like
sucks.
there's I feel like we're pretty competent at basketball, but for some reason it's always like one person who's never picked up a basketball in their life is just making every single free throw.
They're banking everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they bank it.
Straight on banks.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your remember this?
You remember when the school bus stops at train tracks for a really long
No.
time? And, oh, interesting. Did you
Okay.
take a school bus to school?
No.
Are you from a city?
No.
Did you walk to school?
No.
Homeschooled?
No.
You ever been to school?
Yes.
You superpowers?
Nope.
Parents drove?
Yes.
Your parents are school bus drivers.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
My parents are people car drivers.
People car drivers, but you live in a city where everyone has superpowers?
No, regular city.
It's a regular city, so everyone owns a school bus?
No, it was. Like,
Oh, you would do, your school was the bus, so your parents would drive you.
no,
and then you
no.
Okay, so two things off of this. One, I pitched this sketch at American High, and every time I pitched, everyone went, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
I don't remember this at all.
Okay, well, maybe this is just a figment of my imagination. But I swear I
Everyone is
pitched this
gaslighting you about
like
this.
3-4 times, like a sketch about this. Everyone's like, "That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about." And now the fact that you are now adding on, but I guess you got it right.
Wow.
So
Well,
it's-
not only were you on a school bus all the time, but you also lived close enough to train tracks that the school bus would stop at them often.
Yeah, well, there was a train track on in between our house and the school. So on my route, our bus would approach the train tracks, and then it would have to stop as if it was a stop sign, open its door, look both ways, and wait for like 5 seconds to try to hear a train. And what I was confused about is there's no bullet train running through upstate New York. Like you can tell if the thing goes down. Like why are you
Yeah, the
using all 5 senses?
they also honk
It's not
all
gonna
the
come out of
way
nowhere.
through
Yeah,
the
this,
town.
like, couldn't
Like
be
you can
one.
hear it.
They honk
I
through the
think
town.
that's a
train.
pretty safe maneuver. I feel like if I'm a school bus driver and I'm driving over train tracks, I'm not gonna be like just step on it a little harder and be like, oh, like, let's just.
But you can see that there's no train.
Yeah, I guess that's true. What if there's a malfunction?
If you stop, well then,
Like you're like, oh, there's a
Different
train coming,
issue.
but this hasn't gone down yet, so I'm just gonna go. And then it's like you get stuck, and you're like, oh, and now
no, I feel like in that case you then can play it safe if you know there's a train coming, but the thing's not going down.
But that's why you stopped to check.
You know, I understand his logic and his train of thought. I'm just curious how many train-related deaths it's prevented.
right for children. Yeah.
Well, it seems like one of those things, you know, where they put up a sign and they're like, no peeing in the bathroom or whatever.
No peeing
And
in the
you're like,
bathroom.
someone must have done
What
that.
can we
so
do
that
in
they
here
had to
then?
put up a
Yeah.
sign.
No peeing in
I
the
hate those non-peeing bathrooms.
I feel like that probably became a rule because they were like, you know what, maybe in the future, first of all, don't blame you at all. This totally happens. But maybe now you'll just check before you go across the train tracks.
You think it happened? That's horrible.
It must have.
No peeing in the bathroom.
I remember I was like a huge liar as a kid. And eventually my mom and I had an agreement where she's like, you have to stop lying. You just got to tell me if you just want to tell a story. And I remember I was like, okay, this is a lie. But I heard there was a school bus of kids that recently like fell off the cliff like over there. She was like,
Oh,
okay.
so you were interested in lying just for the sake of like telling stories?
Well, I remember I did that once. where I was like, okay, this is our agreement. Then I'm just going to tell you it's like a story I want to tell and it's not true. And then I didn't get the same feeling that you get telling a fun little lie. So then I was like, I'm done with this.
So did you also lie about stuff like would you lie about where you're going when you're going out with friends, like that sort of thing? Or were your lies purely like you were just doing improv monologue?
As a young kid, it was definitely more improv. Like, I'm just fully, this is not true. And I'm just going to say, like,
Yeah, not even for like your benefit, just for the sake of doing it.
yeah, just for the sake of probably like a reaction of like, what?
And then you're
Yeah, I was at school and one of the teachers punched me in the face. Really? Yeah.
That's great. That's a great way to get attention. Just a
Yeah.
blatant lie.
Yeah, you could still do that to this day. You could be an adult and do that.
Did that ever get you in trouble with people? Like, did you ever get into a sticky situation because you just straight up lied?
I think they were so poorly put together that people were kind of like, okay.
But they would just go along with it.
Yeah, it's like, all right, sure.
So you didn't base them in reality. They were pretty out. They wouldn't like start, grounded and then escalate.
Yeah, well, this is, again, when I was, like, really young. But I remember, at least with this, like, bus one, being like, oh, yeah, I saw, like, on the news, like, a bus fell off. On kids.
That would, like, give you pleasure?
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys never did that as kids? You never told, like, little lies and were like, ooh, this is a lie.
You, like, discovered that you can do that.
I don't know. I mean, not that I can recall. It seems, I mean, like, I remember kids that would lie, like, for attention. They would tell like stories. You'd be like, and I would like go home and like tell my parents like, oh, I can't believe, this one kid in my class has 14 houses in Portugal. Did you know that, Mom? And she'd be like, oh, that's nice. And like in hindsight, kid was 1,000% lying.
Yes.
Not, I would just take them at face value because as a kid, you're not.
Yeah, you believe anything.
Yeah, you're
that
taught
anyone
to.
says.
Those are the coolest kids.
The ones that you can lie to and they'll just believe.
Yeah, or the ones who have 14 houses in Portugal.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Shit, I got to be friends with this guy.
They're always taking Portugal for their World Cup team.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend went to Djibouti in real life. And you're like, oh, cool.
Is that true?
No, but,
He strikes again.
Wow.
This guy's good.
Man, this is
I
gonna
never
be...
would have expected you to believe that.
Okay, what's your remember then?
Remember when kids like reading the biggest book was like the biggest flex you could ever have? And there was like a girl in my class who came with like Gone from the, what is it? Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
Like 600-page book, and would be like sitting at her desk reading it, and it was literally like the equivalent of like a money spread in like second grade of like, look at my stack. Look at this stack of a book I'm gonna fucking read. It's gonna take me 9 years.
Did she finish it?
Yeah, she did finish it, and it was like a flex, and it was like annoying.
I assume she just did not comprehend any of it. She was just doing it for...
I think she might have comprehended it. I don't know. Like, there also was a thing of like, when you were a kid, like your reading level was also like a big deal.
Oh my God, there were numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, like I remember, I feel like my whole life I've read at like a 9th grade reading level, or like in like 4th grade, it was like, oh my God, this guy's reading at a 9th grade reading level. Yeah. Then at about, senior year of high school, they're like, this guy's gotta,
sure, it
maybe
topped out
pick
a
it
little
up.
Bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a curve.
Yeah.
That was like the first implementation of like a class system.
Yes.
Like a CASP
Oh,
system.
absolutely.
Really.
Yeah. They would like branch off the class. They'd be like, okay, the top group is coming with me. We're gonna read.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a secret. It was like, these are the best of the best.
Yeah.
And they're gonna read
Based
over
on
here.
reading. It
and
was only
everyone else-
reading.
yeah.
We didn't do that
Yeah.
with like math or anything.
And then they would remove the worst kids from the classroom.
Geez. They did it in math at my middle school.
Oh,
they had
really?
like the top math class. And I remember it was funny because those kids, for some reason it didn't translate. Were like, with reading, it was like the top reading kids were like the jock, baller, varsity.
Yeah,
Those kids were cool. It was like, we're going to go
Yeah.
read Maniac McGee,
Right.
and there's like fucked up shit in it, and we're cool as fuck. But then the math, in middle school when they had like an upper math class, I remember being like, yeah, I don't want to be in that.
Just nerds.
People were like, yeah, I'm in honors math. I'm like, stay there. I would never want to be there.
Yeah, there was a like even like senior year. I remember like there were a lot of like AP classes. I took a bunch of AP classes which were good for like college credits, but like there was like Calc AB and Calc BC, and like a lot of people would take BC, which was like the much harder version of Calc.
Calc because.
And the other one is
Antonio Brown.
actually but.
Oh, gotcha.
Calc
actually, but because before Christ.
Yeah, and I was just sort of like
Yeah, Calc before Christ.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. We haven't figured out 0 yet, so
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
going to be tough.
But yeah, it was like, why are you doing this? It's not, we're taking we're getting the same amount of credits or something.
Yeah, it was very weird. Like, for some reason, people did take a major pride of like, I think it does stem from like the people with the biggest books of like, I'm so busy and my class is so hard.
I don't know if this is true for you, but like high school was so much harder than college, and like people cared so much more about academics. Like in college, 100%. It was like such an afterthought almost. I also feel like
God, yes.
It's because of the major and like field we went into. Like people that were in like chemistry or like whatever, that was probably hard. Like my roommate was a math major, or an engineering major, and then it was like this homework they're doing was absurd.
But you're right. I mean, like I worked so hard in high school. And I did nothing in college. And all my high school teachers were like, this won't slide in college.
The high school workload was like so crazy because it was also like, I remember actively doing something that would take so long and then just like handing it to a teacher and you just get it back the next day. And it's like, this is wrong. You fail. And you're like, all right. I don't even know how to continue on.
Yeah. Were you a good student? Would you consider, how would you?
I was kind of one of those people who was like a good student, but I didn't really try super hard. I just kind of knew, like, there's kind of a formula of like, you know how to get by. Like if you turn in every single thing that they give to you, you will just pass the class almost always.
Yeah.
All the kids I knew who were like, oh, I'm failing and I need to get all my stuff in before the end of the year. It was literally like you did not turn anything in.
You just have to complete your work.
What are you doing?
Well, so
just give it to them and it could be wrong.
You went to film school. Did you like you had to like create a portfolio, I assume?
Yeah, you had to create a portfolio, yeah.
Was that like, did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
That's like a artistic fun thing, right? Like not so much as like grades. What was your portfolio?
So I actually didn't know if I wanted to go in as a screenwriter or a film production major. So I applied I did both applications. I ended up going into production, but screenwriting was like you had to write like a story.
Yeah.
Which not even in screenplay format, just write like a narrative story. And that was like super easy, whatever. And then for the film production thing, it was actually very kind of hard and weird. I forget what the exact prompt was, but it had to be no dialogue. Like a 3-minute or 4-minute video telling a story where someone goes through some sort of like significant change and has to make like a very difficult decision. You have to show them making the difficult decision without any dialogue.
Film schools love those no dialogue visual storytelling.
No dialogue, very difficult decision movie.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Here's my pitch. 4 minutes of it's a guy at the grocery store and he's looking between two things and he keeps picking one up and going, and then he puts it down and he goes, and he picks the other one and goes, and it's that for 4 minutes.
That would be, I think, celebrated by, that would be like, oh my God, this guy's a genius.
Yeah. Because it's a metaphor.
Yeah, people took it a little too far often. Like some people would have a really good one. Other people would be like, oh, there's like a puppy. Like, do I take the puppy with me or do I leave it in the park?
I feel like in film school, every student takes it like the life or death route where it's like, they're like everyone is suicidal and addicted to drugs and like they have to reunite with their estranged sister.
Yes. I remember the interesting thing about film school though that I wasn't for some reason wasn't prepared for was there was a lot of like hierarchy of like how good your assignments were because you always have to screen stuff in front of like the whole class. And I remember one time I kind of like just didn't do some assignment and like just you were supposed to film landscapes and like with good like harsh shadows or something. And I ended up like driving to Arizona with my girlfriend at the time. And I just took a video out the window of like driving through. And it's like just me holding my phone out the window. And I was like, yeah, it's like, you know, like what it feels like to drive through like Americana, whatever. And one French kid like raised his hand and was like, I like how you didn't really try. And like it feels very like half-assed. And I feel like that really came across. And I was like,
was it being like genuine?
No. He was kind of like
it was a diss.
It was interesting how you didn't really you took your own take on the assignment. And it was kind of, I started to realize like, oh, you can't really like, it's not the same as like in high school where you can like turn something in and it's bad and you hide your paper and you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why would the kid care? Like, why would one of your classmates care about your, like, why would he rip on your?
I think it's because he's like, his was really good and it's like, mine's really good and yours sucks and you're bad.
Wow.
It's like, why would, but like, why does he have to like tear down you? Like, who cares if you, like, that's on the professor to rip into you, you know?
You know, that's life, man.
Yeah.
People always want to tear you down.
Film school is one of the only, actually probably the only place where there are people that you like and don't like.
That's true.
It's the only place in the world.
Yeah.
Going back to the reading thing, another aspect of not only obviously size of book, major factor in prestige. How quickly you could read a page.
Yeah.
I remember this was a big deal as well. Like I remember one of my friends was like, I can read a page. I can read a page in 5 seconds. We were like, no freaking way.
Yeah.
No freaking way. He does it. Goes. Blah, 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 blah. We go done. And he goes, yeah, I read it. And we go, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. No verification. It's like, damn, okay.
You know.
No, sorry for questioning you.
We just saw him do it. Yeah. I feel like also like smallness of text, how many words were on the page was big too.
Yeah.
An adult book.
Yeah, that was also like a thing. I feel like just with writing too, of like if you could write very small, I feel like that was also like a flex.
I forgot about this until now, but I had a big issue where I would write, like, you would have like line paper. My text would go diagonal. Like, okay, I would write normal straight, but like as I wrote down the page, it would curve.
Interesting.
Yeah,
was
I
like-
could. Yeah,
This happened every time, and now I'm like, just don't do that. Like, why would? And like my
Was it like a
teachers would always be
subconscious
like,
thing, or you doing
no,
it on
I don't know.
purpose?
I'd always be like, did it again. I'm like, that's not. That feels like an easy fix.
yeah.
don't know why my
I could never be a teacher because I would literally just pull that kid aside and be like, "You're doing this on purpose to fuck with me, and it needs to stop." Literally, just right above this line. There's no way that you could do this on accident.
Yeah.
My handwriting was also so bad that sometimes after tests and like essays, a teacher would pull me aside and have me read to them what I had written, because they were like, there's
That's
no
funny.
possible way for me to read this.
Yeah.
Could you read it? Could you understand it?
Yes, perfectly. Yes. I would also like they could just be like reading it, and then like they would stop at a word, and I would like remember the word. Like,
This is interesting because you got this from our mom very directly. Like
Yeah,
our mom has terrible handwriting. She'll gather like the family around the calendar, and we all have to decipher like what she wrote.
she'll do that for stuff that she wrote. Yeah, she can't figure out what she wrote. She's-
Ancient ruins.
Yeah, literally, yes, yeah.
You drew a picture of an owl here. It seems like.
No, that says dentist appointment.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is pretty funny. That's also a good way to save the test where you're like, they're like, did you put chemistry here? And you're
I
like,
don't know. Should I have?
Yeah. Oh, that was such an elite move when you go up to a teacher and they would just get like, they'd give you the answer without giving you the answer.
Would you guys write for true or false questions? Would you do a
TF?
T or an F? That could be
No,
either one.
every single time. Teachers
I've
be
done
like,
that, yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
both.
throwback. I forgot about that.
All right, now it's time for how often should you, where we decide how often should you. How
Do
often should you
things.
do blank? Luke?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a good one for this. Here's something that really just confuses me. It's not even just how I'm going to start with how often should you, and then I'm going to stem into what really just it bothers me.
Okay, making a new segment. I like
How often should you / this is bothering me. First of all, how often should you clean your shower mat? And here's the kicker, the mat in front of the toilet. Have you noticed that people will put a toilet like mat, like a shower mat,
mat.
but in front of the toilet?
What's that for?
What? Why? Why is that a thing that people do?
Yeah.
Like, and I was like talking about this with someone because my roommates recently like put a mat in front of the toilet, and I'm like, why, dude? Like
Right.
a piss mat to soak up all of our
Well,
piss?
that's the thing, because a shower mat, it's soaking up the water, so it implies that there's a liquid that needs
why
to be
is this
soaked.
so
Have you not
wet?
seen this? People will have like fuzzy mats in front of their toilet. They even make
my
specific
God.
mats that curve so that it fits right underneath your toilet.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, what? So when you're taking
Surface
a poop,
area.
it feels like you're in your living room. It's like, oh, whoa! I don't want the cold tile on my feet while I'm taking a poop. I need to feel like I'm at home. Like,
You want a shag carpet?
yes. Why is this a product? Why does this exist? And why does so many people use it?
So the question is how often?
How often?
How often should you clean that? And how often do you just put that in the fucking furnace because it's the worst product that ever has existed, and you should like burn it?
I think you just throw it out. I feel like you can't
How often
clean
do you
that.
throw it out? Every single time you take a poop or a pee and you drench it in poop and pee? Also, like, sorry, like, what the F? Like, why is this like, it just, it really is like,
I agree. I never even considered it being odd. Like, I was just like, yeah, that makes sense. You have one in front of the toilet. You have in front. But yeah, there's nothing should be getting soaked up in
Right.
front of the toilet. That should be, yeah, it's
That
hard
should
to
be
clean
easily-
that area.
If
Yeah.
there's liquid, it should be very visible.
yeah, I'll also take like I'll sometimes take a poop, Sorry, relieve myself
shower.
with my shoes. No, not in the shower. With my shoes on, and now there's a mat there. So now I'm like kicking this mat off to the side because I'm like, oh, I don't want to get the mat dirty with the bottom of my shoes. But then I'm like,
You're in the bathroom.
yeah, whatever could be on the bottom of my shoes is probably not as dirty as what's on this mat.
The fear is stepping in poop in
The
public.
mat is
or
getting your shoes dirty.
And when you do wash that, it's such a difficult item to wash because whatever you're going to put it in, like if you're not going to wash it by itself, you're basically just going to make everything you wash it with dirty.
Exactly. You cannot wash that with clothes.
Yeah,
You
right?
can't
But
be-
like technically you should
I think you should throw it out once a month, and even that feels like it's pushing it.
throw it out once a month.
Yeah. New one once a month, because those things get damp. Like they smell. They're disgusting. I imagine the cons severely outweigh any pros that would come from that. Which
What
I think
is the pro?
I think it's just a comfort thing. I feel it's very similar to those cushioned seats on a toilet.
But that's different. I actually don't mind that.
Oh, interesting.
I think
That's
a
worse to
cushion
me.
seat on the top of the toilet is like a little bit like you're gonna you sit atop the toilet often. Maybe you're like one of those girls who's like doing your nails or something like in an 80s movie, sitting atop the toilet. That I'm like, okay, you're cushioning the top of the toilet so that it's comfortable to sit on for a long period.
Wait.
Sure,
Are you
the
talking
top when
about
it's down,
the
yeah.
top or the bowl, the seat that you sit on?
Oh no,
when-
I'm talking about the lid.
No, I'm talking about that's fine. I'm talking about when you are pooping, the thing that you sit on.
Do
Have you
you-
ever sat on a cushioned one of that? No. Because that's horrible.
Yeah, because then
that's
it's like the
horrible.
mat, but it's like around your butt. It's like terrible.
It also just feels so much more. I don't know scientifically if it's the same amount of sanitary. It feels like it's way worse.
Yeah, why are people trying to bring the living room into the bathroom? Just leave it alone.
Right.
It's fine how it is.
Like you're there for work.
Yes.
You're not there to lounge.
Dude, I just took a poop in your bathroom. So comfortable.
Yeah, I love the leather accents on the
Right.
chair.
I stayed 5 minutes after I was done.
Yeah, you want to be out. You don't really want to be resting in there. That's, yeah.
Also, you
Maybe
want
trying
it
to
to
go to
like
bed.
give the perception of cleanliness where it's like white toilet and white tile floor so that you know kind of when it's dirty or when it's not. Once you start adding like fabric into the mix, it's changed everything.
Yeah. Stanley Steamer coming in to clean your
Yeah.
bathroom textiles.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, my how often do you get a haircut? Because this is one of my things that, despite how important it is for like, I would say it's a pretty big part of like your perception of how people perceive you is like how your hair is cut. Yet I will like go either 1 month or 5 months in between haircuts with no real rhyme or reason.
Yes.
There's no scientific aspect to this at all.
Yeah, it's kind of a feel thing. I go through a cycle where I'm like, I need a haircut. Maybe I'm a long hair guy.
Yes.
No,
yeah.
this is too long. And then I get a haircut. I'm like, oh, this is so short. I need
Yeah.
to grow it out again.
I'm terrible with haircuts. I actually recently just got a very short haircut. If you remember our first meeting,
Yes,
my
I
hair's much
do.
longer.
It looks good.
Thank you, but it is exactly what you were talking about, where it's like maybe I'm a long hair guy, and there's like maybe I'm a short hair guy.
Yeah, right.
And I remember this is another thing. No one has ever taught you. There's a lot of things people don't teach you. I feel like as a kid, especially as a boy, I feel like no one ever says, "Hey, just so you know, part of like hygiene, get your hair cut every month." I don't even know what the correct answer is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can grow it out, but I guess what is your hair? Your hair gets like curlier, right? So it's like
My hair gets curlier, but I remember when I go to the barber, they almost every time will be like, like, when is the last time you got your hair cut?
Oh, they
And
get
I'll be
pissed?
like,
What?
2 months maybe, and they're like, that is not true. And I'm like, okay, sorry.
Wow. That's weird. It's like a dentist shaming you for flossing.
Yeah,
Like, what are
barbers are kind of annoyed when you don't
That's
get
so
your hair
weird.
cut often.
Do you go to the same person every time? or-
Never,
Re-
ever.
You just,
What?
You just get them cold?
I have only recently gone to the same barber twice, and that's only because it's like a friend of mine.
Wait,
Oh.
wait. Have you just been unsatisfied with these?
Every
people?
single time I get a haircut, I don't really like and don't really want to come back to, and then I go to a new place. Every time. Almost a new location every time. Sometimes same location, different person, and they see each other and they get mad.
Have you ever gone to a salon
I've gone to a salon, yeah.
and you didn't like that either?
I liked it, but I didn't go back to the same person.
Wow.
That's fascinating. I need to find a person like
too.
that if I do not have someone that regularly cuts my hair, it becomes so much more of a stress. Like the person I go to now, I know it's gonna be good. I'm like, she's good at it and she knows what she's doing.
Does
Like,
she know you?
Now? Yeah, I mean, like I've gone enough times where it's like we know each other. I would say.
But you started, you like got a haircut and we're like, oh, thanks. And then a month later, you're like, hey, guess what? I'm back. You're my girl now, or guy.
I feel like you're phrasing it like that's weird, but yes, that is like what I think most people do.
Good.
Right?
You have a relationship with them.
They're just kind of an interesting song and dance there. It's like almost a courting ritual of like coming back again and being like, you're my new person.
Oh,
Yeah,
like the second time. Yeah.
That's
Then there is definitely an exclusivity you feel is like you can't like if you leave that person and go to a different person, like you're bouncing around every time, so no one really probably feels any sort of way. But like if I went to a different person then came back to her, she would know that someone else cut my hair. That'd be, I don't know how that works. I've never done that before.
cheating.
Cheating, yeah.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I always bounce around and I'm always unsatisfied every time.
That's good. Well, you should find a person that you like. How do you think about that?
I have a friend that I like that cuts it often, but she's kind of like, she's a salon girl hair cutter. And so I think she definitely is like, I shouldn't be doing this.
Understood. Is she, why? She's like, we can't be
She's
doing
like, I
this.
don't cut men's hair, so I'm just kind of giving you a short women's-esque sort of haircut. She doesn't really understand a lot of the nuances of men's hair.
I feel like a lot of women's haircuts are, like longer haircuts can be transferable to men. No? Could she?
Yeah,
give
and
you
my
a
hair
little flow?
usually would look really good, but there are certain things like, the scruff of your neck a little bit, and sometimes you go to a barber and they'll like shave it.
yeah.
She's not really aware of that.
Right.
Would you want that? Do you want the back shaved?
I'm not one who really cares. I'm not often looking at the back of my neck, but I've, once you get a couple of those comments and people are like, dang, your whole back
really?
is hair. You're like, okay.
That's funny. I mean, I feel like I never think about my back hair ever until I go to the barber and they just start cutting it off and I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's long. How often should you be replacing your Brita filter?
Okay. Very topical one to bring up because when you poured me the Brita, it was blinking red.
It was also soaking wet on the outside.
It was the outside was soaking wet and it was blinking red, which I think, I'm not a Brita scientist over here, but I think that means your
probably
time is
adding
up.
sediment to it at this point.
Yeah, right.
We got that Brita when we moved in, which was November.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're coming up on a year.
Have not changed.
It tells you when to change it.
Yes.
Now, I feel like I will be willing to admit that I feel like we are probably past the deadline.
It's blinking red.
I feel like
It had a skull and crossbones. It was blinking.
the water's green. That's how you know it's clean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's big filter just trying to get you to buy. Like, why can't you make a filter that lasts more than 3 months? We
I
haven't
agree
cracked that
that,
yet.
but I think we're probably pushing it even then. Like,
Right.
I feel like it's like, it probably went off after a month. You could probably push it to like 4 months. Anything else past then, I think we're just going through the motions of it goes through the thing.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things I think that are like that, of like replacing your toothbrush or replacing like food that like says expired. Do you eat food after the expired date?
Oh, sure. It depends on the food.
Okay. 'Cause,
Obviously.
Like, I'm not going to do
excluding milk.
chicken.
yeah, I think there's a lot of things similar to a Brita filter where they're like, hey, you should probably toss this. And you're like, all right, I'm buying into this and I will just do it because you told me.
I feel like the spinach that we buy is like, I will buy it and it'll be expired that same day. I don't know what's
expired,
going on. They need to sell it in like much smaller quantities. I can only find spinach in like to feed a family of 12 and it expires like 2 days after.
Yeah,
People think that we like spinach way more than people do.
that's true. How often should you buy spinach?
How often should you buy spinach? I mean, you can only buy it for a big party. You can only be like, maybe if you're going out.
Gotcha.
That night. If you're going out that night, you bring it with you.
The Brita filter answer, I think when it tells you to, once it tells you, I think you have about a month after.
Oh, that's tough to hear. Okay.
I also heard the Brita filters don't work. I was like doing a big water research kick recently. People are obsessed with water right now. Have you seen this? You haven't.
That is such a funny sentence.
You haven't seen this? People, I get so much. First of all, I could go on such a rant because I'm big on the whole water thing.
Okay.
People are really turning on plastic water, and they
Turning
say
against it.
Against.
because it gets hot, and when plastic heats up, it tends to like leach chemicals into the water, and people are
Right.
saying that's like messing people up. And some people say it's the microplastics are shrinking your gooch. Have you seen this?
The micro. Have you seen this?
You haven't seen
Have
this?
you seen this in your own experience?
You haven't seen this? People are gonna know what I'm talking about. It shrinks your gooch. People say
I'm
that.
not familiar with this. Is this scientific or is this hunches?
I don't know, but the internet told me that
It's
it shrinks your
definitely
gooch.
like the vocab of it, the world that we're in. is conspiracy theory territory.
Yeah.
With like microplastics, chemicals, shrinking of gooch.
Also, they're saying that, and then people start buying more expensive glass water. Have you seen like Mountain Valley spring water?
That's why that's become such a thing.
Yes, because it's in a glass bottle, so it's not going to have chemicals. But
Microglass.
now Mountain Valley's in trouble because it's like, oh, there's arsenic in that water. And
Oh
they're
my
literally
God.
putting like mercury in it.
Have we seen this?
They were so close. All
Have
they
you
had to
seen
do-
this? So now you have to go get Kangen water. Have you heard of Kangen water? Or you have
Never,
to get
ever.
alkaline. There's water stores probably within walking distance here where they give you double reverse osmosis
You can't
water.
drink that, right? Isn't that like purified water? Like you can't drink.
Not distilled water.
Yeah, that's
like,
No, it's not distilled. It's reverse osmosis filter.
Right,
It's like
right.
the ultimate filtered water. It's like the
Sure.
only water that like you can drink without dying, and it's new.
like people were living 50 and 60 years drinking water with their hands out of a creek.
But it wasn't plastic. I think creek
Oh,
water is probably
huh.
good for you.
Interesting.
That's
That's a good
gotta-
point. We've gone
Water
we've
out
gone
of the
back.
creek is good.
It's got to be one of the biggest fumbles of all time. Is those glass water brands? All they had to do was not put literal poison in.
I
the
know.
water.
And it's like $9 water too. I buy it all the time. And me and my friends have both had this issue where
Wow.
you buy a lot of those glass water bottles and you toss them in your back seat when you're done, and then they start smashing against each other. My friend has had some explode in his car and there's glass everywhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
You get in a car crash, you're getting hit from back and front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Glass
point being, the
shattering.
Brita filter I think actually doesn't even work, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so it doesn't matter at
Yes.
all. It's funny to advertise water.
Dude, I'm telling you, the water scheme that's been going on in the past like couple
you seen this?
decades. Yes. They're doing something with water that's weird. Bottled water didn't even exist until like the 70s.
Oh, that's an interesting
They invented bottled water. They used to be like,
Yeah.
what? Why would I buy water?
They would do milk in glass bottles. The milkman would come and give
Yeah.
you your glass bottles of milk.
But like, if you could turn on your sink and milk would come out, I don't think that'd be as popular of a thing.
People are also really high and mighty about their specific water brands. That pisses me off because I'm like they all taste the
It's
same.
all water. Well,
It's all the same.
apparently it's now
Even
going
if
to give
it
you
is, like,
cancer.
It's like small differences in how they taste. It's like, come on, it's all the same thing. It's
Yeah, it makes me not thirsty, which is kind of my primary goal.
Yeah.
Water.
It quenches.
Not
yeah.
after a taste. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly just it's more of a utility.
Yeah, it's like going to the bathroom. It's not about enjoyment. You're getting work done.
Yes, it's the same thing. I will say though, I'm so paranoid about the plastic water now that I like, if I don't have access to a glass water or something, I won't drink water, and then I feel really not good.
Yeah, that's probably worse. If I had to guess the science between dehydrating yourself or
Yeah.
avoiding plastic water
So
bottles.
you feel good drinking from our soaking wet, blinking red Brita
Yeah,
filter?
Also,
I
just
actually
a
think
reminder,
that's
the
fine.
Brita is plastic.
I know. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that
Right,
interesting that it's also
right.
you know what's funny? I went through all this research and I bought a Brita because the water at my house is poison, and basically we don't have a filter in our fridge, and
Yeah.
the water tastes like bad. It's like this feels like gross water. So I bought a Brita filter after doing all this water research, an Elite Brita filter, which they say is better.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
It's called an Elite
okay.
filter. And as I'm filling it up with water, I'm noticing that the whole container is plastic. The filter is plastic.
Right.
And then I put
Yeah.
it in a plastic jug that then sits in the sun in my room for like 3 days. And
It's
then
in your room.
Wait,
not
what?
in the
It's
fridge?
outside
No, I
in
don't
the
put it in the
sun
fridge,
and you
no.
What is the point?
I don't know.
Why are you doing that?
Dude,
Why are
I'm
you
learning just like everybody else.
Are you
I'm
trying to boil the plastics out of it?
I'm trying to. No, that's bad. You do not want plastic to get hot ever.
What, that's what you're doing.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to.
For all the research you've done, that is the most extreme version of like
know.
plastic exposure.
Honestly,
that
that sounds just like a weird move. Why do you have your Brita filter in your room if you have a fridge?
I know. And you know what else? It doesn't. I don't really want it in the fridge. And you know what else?
Why not?
I don't like cold water. I don't
Okay,
enjoy
alright,
cold
this is like a
water, and I
preference
also
thing.
don't want my roommates to like mess with it. I feel like they're gonna do something to my Brita.
They're gonna pee in it as a joke.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got prankster roommates. That's
Not even prankster, but like I'm gonna put it in the fridge, and then just one day it like won't be there, and someone's
Oh.
like, "Oh yeah, I had to like give it to this girl came over."
Is that how what your roommates are like?
You would be surprised the things that my roommates do.
That's funny.
One of my roommates just flushed his car keys down the toilet on accident.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's holding the poop in his hand.
He
Wait
got
a
all the way to the
second.
car before he realized.
Yeah.
He gets to the car.
This isn't fitting.
yeah.
Well, it's fitting.
Yeah, it was a
but-
classic mix-up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, final and last segment of the evening or day, depending when you're consuming this, or morning.
This is things in your life that are secretly poison.
Water.
Don't drink
Car
water.
keys.
Car keys. If you have car keys, flush them down the toilet and make sure that your car is
Have you seen
blocking
this?
our driveway so that no one can park in there anymore. Oh my God. And then go to Joshua Tree.
Oh, what? How did he get there?
I don't know, and the car is gone.
Oh, wow.
You live with like Kramer.
That is major. He is the Kramer.
He's the Kramer.
for
You're the
sure.
Rachel.
That's great.
People are like, hey, by the way, Tyler's car is blocking the driveway, and he flushed the keys down the toilet. And I'm like, oh, word.
God. That's great.
Okay, wait. What is the last
third
segment?
We should, Oh, unsung hero.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
My roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah. My unsung
courage.
hero is, you know, when you go to the grocery store and it's self checkout and they got the one person that's
I hate that guy.
You're at 4. It's like,
Thank you. Yeah, the light told me that it's available.
It's nice because you really know which one to go to, even if you can clearly see which.
They also
one is
like
open.
these people. It's like you'll accidentally scan something wrong or something, and it'll be like, wait for attendance. They don't move from their desk. They
No,
just go
they
boom,
don't move.
immediately.
Yeah, they disappear. They're there for
Yes.
assigning you to a
They're
thing.
there when I'm scanning every item until there's a problem, and then they're like off.
Yeah.
I hate them. They're not unsung. I'm very nice to.
Well, they are unsung, but they're not a hero.
workers. No, I hate them. I despise those people. I'm not rude. I try to be very nice to service workers. Those people, I'm like actively rude. And in my head, when I'm doing the self checkout, in my head, I'm like getting in a huge argument with them in my head, and they don't even know it.
Oh yeah.
Where they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, you actually didn't scan this banana," and I'm so prepared to be like, "I don't work here, so I actually don't know how."
Oh my
it works.
god, that's the I hate when people like assume that you know their system. I don't know your codes in your system.
Well, you know what the unfortunate thing is? That has never happened, and they're always very like, okay.
Oh,
No, yeah,
okay.
They're never like policing you.
Well, so why do you hate them?
Because in my head, I'm being policed.
You
I'm
know,
being watched.
I think they're a very believing group of like, they're not gonna like flag you for.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
they're not seeing any of this money.
will say-
if they stop.
Yesterday, I was at the grocery store and I had everything scanned. For some reason, sometimes it'll just like flag you.
Yes,
I-
they're literally like, oh, sorry, you have to stand here for 15 minutes.
But this has never happened before. The camera turned to like there were like 5 cameras on me from all different angles. There was like an overhead camera, it was like
Yeah.
infrared.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's
I didn't know I
weird.
was being monitored in this
Yeah,
capacity.
I've gotten that.
Yeah, and then the person came over. I could have been stealing. They didn't check anything.
At
It
one
was like,
point,
man.
I think they know that they're like,
yeah.
don't ask, don't tell. I'm just going to clear it. And you're
There
good.
was one time where I was buying alcohol at a self checkout, and like I handed them my ID and it didn't work. Like my ID didn't work for whatever reason. Like I am 21, but it didn't work. And so they like called the manager over, and the manager was like, yeah, this looks legit, but it doesn't work. And then I was like, they made an announcement over the PA system that was like, there are a few cars that are parked in like the wrong spot, and you're gonna get towed. And I thought that one of my cars was one of them. So I was
Oh
like,
my God.
I have to go move my car. I left and came back and handed them my ID, and
Did it go through?
it went through. Yeah,
That's
So
a really
I assume
good,
they
like-
all thought that I then got like a different ID.
Yes, that's a good move though. If you are using a fake ID out there,
Have your buddy
leave.
get over the PA.
come back and do it again. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's really. It's like
That's
you're
what they know.
resetting the game. It's like a glitch in the game.
Because nobody who sells alcohol remembers.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
drunk. Because they're drunk.
Because they're drunk.
Yes.
yeah.
Right. It works the second time always. My unsung hero is the one last remaining tennis court at the pickleball courts that have all been converted. There's always like one tennis court that's like parallel to the other ones with just some 70-year-old man shirtless teaching tennis lessons.
He probably has to
whoever
live on
comes.
that court because if he gives it up, he's never getting back
It's
on.
at the
So-
second that court is empty, it's going to be converted, repainted.
Yeah. I agree with that. I'm more excited about tennis than I am with pickleball, and I'm trying to get
Sure.
good at tennis, and
It's
I
a
enjoy
tough-
tennis substantially more than pickleball, and it's crazy how many courts.
Do you feel like you're like shooting on film? Everyone else is like.
It is like
on-
shooting on film, and it's also like this is what it is. It's very like film. It's like this is what it is. It's tennis. You guys are all just playing small tennis.
Yeah, right. It's not big pickleball. It's
If
small
you
tennis.
like pickleball, then you'll like tennis. Why are you doing
Yeah,
this?
right.
Is how are you progressing?
I've kind of given up on learning.
Okay,
But
good.
Like-
How much did you give? How,
I really gave it my all, but it's kind of one of those games that's like, you either got to take a lesson or just let it go because
Yeah.
you're not going to pick it up.
Fair.
It's not like running.
I've been looking to get into running.
People
I guess
get
that's
into
the thing, but it just sounds dumb. Did you play any sports in high school?
I played hockey and I was on the surf team.
Whoa.
That's cool. Really cool.
Wait, where are
combo.
you from?
Here.
Okay, I was gonna say because hockey and surfing is like I couldn't place you geographically.
Did you ever do the two of those in the same day?
No.
Yeah, because they're the complete opposite seasons.
Yeah, your body would be way too confused.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then who's your unsung hero?
Okay, my unsung hero, I was thinking about this one a lot because I did think about the grocery store people and I hate them. So I did not want to do that. My unsung hero is the guy, you know, when you go through like a drive-through car wash, the guy who's like telling you where to put your tires.
Yeah.
Because it's for some reason, the most stressful, like you're
Yeah.
going onto this like weird machine that was built in like the 1940s and they're like, turn it this way, blah, 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 flip it in the neutral. No one's talking to this guy. It's all just hand motions and you have to have so much faith in him. And if he messes up, your car like will probably like flip upside down or something.
Right. And you can't open your window to talk.
No, you can't. And
Then you're gonna
he's
get
there
blasted.
all day. Just this.
I don't get car washes because the car washes stress me out. Like the process of mounting. And the
Yeah,
process
yeah.
of getting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you really have to have a lot of faith in that guy.
Do you think that that's like an entry level job to airport wand wielder,
Great comp there.
Yeah.
It must be.
or is that like the retirement job for them? They're like,
Could be.
I can do cars. This should be easy.
Yeah, it could be.
Please, I was doing Boeings.
Because that's hard. You're on like a roller coaster basically, and they're just like,
Yeah.
no, you're good. Like, come on, and it's scary.
Yeah.
And the whole time it's
your
going
car
like,
will flip.
you could. For some reason, that seems like a really dangerous mechanism.
Yeah.
If you're the one guy whose car flips. Yeah,
If that guy's not paying attention and he's like on his phone or he like spaces out and he tells you to turn too much and you flip over, it's a huge
Car will not
problem.
get clean.
that'd be unfortunate. All right. Well, this was
Who washes him?
Oh, probably his associates, his underlings,
Yeah.
his interns.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a good experience.
Where does he go?
This was the Luke Binkow episode. Thank you for joining us. I'm talking to the audience.
Yep.
Not you. Honestly, my biggest takeaway from this is that we have to figure out our water situation because clearly we can't be drinking out of plastic. We can't be drinking out of. Do we have to start making our own water?
I
Brew?
don't. I'll keep you updated because I don't have an answer for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Just raise a concern, no solution.
I think you have to go to the water store and buy like $80 water.
Yeah, I work at the store. I'm a
Yeah,
bouncer
yeah,
at
the
the
water
store.
store.
You could go from comedy to water. You live in a
Yeah.
cartoon village.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I went to the water store, then I'm going to the comedy store.
Yeah, exactly. It's all store based.
All right, good night or good morning.
Thank you.